Boy, not much has changed here. Hat and everything again. So I'm working on my diamond cowl and I'm getting close to being done with the ferrule, and I think I told a few people that I would kind of show you how I do it. I don't know what you're taught. I don't watch videos on this stuff. I just am super particular. So right now with this, I kind of choose a color when I start. Like my pink, I kind of call it my dominant color because I tend to keep that above the blue, if that makes sense. In a minute, I'll flip the screen. But I'm on a round right now that I'm not having to do any floats. So my golden rule is I won't carry a strand more than 2 to 3 stitches. So this round, the biggest color section is 3 stitches. So I know my tension really well. So I'm not locking my floats on this round. So, and I'm gonna sit here while I'm talking to you and show you how fast. This is a Colorwork round. I don't have a special ring to hold my yarn. I also know that the yarn gets super tangled, and I figured out how to not have my strands tangled. So when I flip the screen, I'm gonna show you my yarn is in a Ziploc in my project bag. The pink's on the left, the blue's on the right, and they always stay that way because when you lock a float, it twists those strands, and I untwist them when I work the next few stitches, and I'm gonna show you that. So I'm almost to my stitch marker, and then I'll flip the screen and show you what I'm talking about. So tension is huge with Colorwork, and for me, the fabric of it naturally springs a little bit when you get it too tight. So I really like feel my yarn, and it kind of tells me how tight I need to have my tension when I do a float or when I lock my float. So if you've never done Colorwork, you'll see what I'm talking about when I say locking the float. If there's a section that's in the same color, more than 2 to 3 stitches, I lock my float with the color that I'm gonna be carrying to the next little section, if that makes sense. So let me work a few more stitches here and then I will flip the screen and show you what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure my cowl is definitely tall enough now. So maybe after this round, I'll be doing some ribbing and I'll be done. So literally, this is how fast I knit. And now here's the thing. I have to wrap the yarn around my finger twice because I have some arthritis in my middle knuckles. So if I'm working my pattern, and let's say it's knit 2 with blue, knit 1 with pink, knit 2 with blue, I wrap the yarn around the blue yarn around my finger, and because I'm going to be dominantly using blue, so I knit 2, and then I just grab with my fingers the pink, knit 1, drop it, and then keep going. And I'm going to show you all this, but I think explanations are also good. So, okay, hold on. That's what I was telling you, so I'm switching to pink. But it shouldn't, I mean, it is more tedious. I mean, you're creating a pattern, you know, I haven't looked at the graph since like down here. But I'm also not normal. I have the graph, it's just in my head. And I also can just see it happening as I go. Sorry, children are trying to call me. This always happens. Okay, I'm almost there, and then I'm gonna flip the screen and show you. So you just have to find a way. Holy cow, I'm still here. They're blowing up the phone. Anyway, so like right there, I just grabbed the pink real quick because I just needed to knit it one time. See, just grab it, wrap it. So let me turn the screen now because I'm at the end of my row here. So it's, for me, I can't stand the twisted yarn. Like I would do a whole round and then I'd pick it up and like let it spiral and undo itself. I mean, it would just drive me crazy. So I don't know, there's probably a name for this. I'm not sure. So I'm here. Let me get the old selfie stick and I'm gonna turn this around and show you what I'm doing. I mean, I wish I saw a video on this years ago. Okay, here we go. So as you can see, my blue and pink are right here, and they stay right there because as I lock my floats, it twists and I untwist it with some stitches afterwards. So Here's what we're doing. I even got white out because my stuff is so bright. Okay, so let's see. Oh, it's so hard to do this, you guys. Okay, so under my phone, hopefully you guys can see that. I'm about to do 5 pink stitches, so I'm gonna lock my float here. So I still have my yarn always, you know, where I need it, one on each side or whatever. So now I've got 1 knitted there. So for me, as I approach stitches, I'm gonna bring the blue up. Well, I wanna lock my float next to a blue stitch because it kind of masks itself a little more. So I'm gonna knit 1 more and see there's my 3 pink, and I don't go more than 3 stitches without locking my float. So here's my float. Now, I'm left-handed. I always end up saying that. So I'm gonna grab my blue, and I've already inserted the needle. I'm gonna grab the blue, and I'm gonna lay it over that needle. Then I'm going to knit that stitch and watch what happens. Okay, I've locked it in there, but now it's on top, and I'm too OCD to continue with my pink over the top of that. So I bring it back because I want it more flush. So you can see it's locked my blue yarn in there. So that's locking the float. So I have 2 more stitches to do. And then now, because my yarn is twisted right here, I don't like that. Now, like I said, I started with the pink being over the blue. Now I'm gonna take the blue, because that's next, and I'm gonna go over the top of the pink, and this untwists my locked float. So there's 1, 2, and then now I'm gonna throw that back where it goes, and I'm gonna start with my pink again and keep that on top of the blue. Do you see what I'm talking about? So let me make sure I'm not messing up my pattern here. Okay. So here's what I mean about, I use whatever, I'm doing a bunch of blue right now. So I'm gonna put the blue on my finger, and then I'm just gonna do however many I need in blue, which is 2. And then I'm just gonna grab the pink and do it like this. I mean, this is literally how I do Fair Isle. So there's probably a million techniques, but I'm all about not having my strands twisted because it slows you down so much. So now I'm back to 5 more, and I'm gonna have to lock my float here. So let me do that. And as I knit, see, I'm crossing 2 stitches right there, right? So I talked about at the beginning, there's kind of a spring to the fabric when you knit across a few stitches like that. When I do that, I can feel it kind of go like that, and when it bounces back, that's where it should be. So I used to look and see, no, I don't do that anymore. And if you look at the inside of mine, look at all consistent. So I feel that spring, and so for me, I know it needs to be about that far apart. So I give my cinch over here, not over here. I mean, just gonna cinch it too tight right there. So I get it right at the end of my needle and have the cinch happen way out here so that I'm allowing for those 2 stitches that I'm crossing. So now where was I? Okay. Oh wait, here we go. Okay. So 2, and then like I said, I like to lock a float next to a matching stitch. So because I'm going over a blue stitch right now, it works great to lock it there instead of the next one. So I'm gonna do it on the blue. And there it is. So I'll work 1 more of these little sections, and then I've got other stuff to do. So there's my 5th one. Okay, so now I've twisted it, so I'm gonna grab the blue and go over the pink now. And then now we're back. I don't have anything twisted over here. That's annoying. So back to, where am I at here? I have never explained Fair Isle while I'm working on some Fair Isle. Wait. Okay, so I'm on a pink. See what I mean? So I have the blue, I'm working the blue mostly. So when I'm ready to do just 1 pink stitch, I just grab it and knit it and then let go of it again. Okay, you guys, hold on. Okay, I'm back in the saddle again. Here we go. So I'm going to show you this one more diamond section over here where I lock the float and go a little slower because I think I went kind of fast on that one. And as I'm knitting, I'm pulling this a little bit like this. So by the time I wrap that stitch, I've already got, I mean, right here, these pink ones are very, you know, they're individual stitches and they're crossing 2 stitches. But if you look, they're all the same. And see, this one I haven't worked yet, but they're all the same distance. That's how you get the consistency. Okay, so now I'm going to do the 5 stitches again with locking a float. So hold on, there we go. So once again, I don't go more than 2 to 3 stitches without locking a float because that's how you get messy inconsistencies. Okay, so a blue stitch, I'm gonna lock my float right there. So you insert the needle, then you grab the color you're wanting to carry underneath your working yarn, underneath the working yarn, lay it in between your needles, and I always just grab it like that with this finger. And then you carry on and knit the stitch like normal and then let go, and then now it's over the top of my pink. So like I said last time, I'm going to grab the blue and pull it back because I don't want that blue in between those pink stitches. So I'm going to do one more, and with that locked float that I just did, it just twisted my 2 strands. So now I've got my 5 stitches. I'm ready to go back to blue. So I've been working my pink above my blue, but because they're twisted, I'm going to grab the blue and I'm going to go over the pink. And now it's back to not twisted. And then I carry on to the next sections. So now I'm going to use the blue mostly. So I'll do my 2 stitches, grab the pink, go over the blue with it, knit the one I need. And it goes really fast, I think. And so the cool thing about this though, this pattern, there's only a couple rounds, maybe 4 out of 16 rounds do you have to lock your floats on this. So it goes really quick because a lot of them are just 2 to 3 stitches apart. So thank you, Marie. I just looked at the screen for the first time. Let me do one more for you. I'll lock a float for you one more time. So now I'm going to use pink, so I'm going to wrap that on my finger. So here we go. So I'm going to knit 2, and because I'm carrying the blue, I want it to be blue wherever I'm going to be locking this float. It helps mask it. So now you take the yarn you're not using, and it's going to be under your working yarn, and you're going to wrap the yarn in between your needles there, and then just hold it down with a finger or whatever. And then knit the stitch. And when you get through that, it has locked, see that? It's locked my blue right there. That way, I'm not having this huge blue loop that goes like, you know, 5+ stitches. And then there's a chance your stitches get loose right there, or a finger catches it, or whatever. So, but by locking your float like that, it twists your strands. So what I always do is, I mean, I could just take the pink and go over this, but I've done that and I've seen it on the other side and I don't like that. So I move the blue out of the way, and then I finish with the color I'm using, which I need 5 stitches. So now that they're twisted, I'm going to take the blue and go over the pink because this twists them back into place. So now they're untwisted. So there we go. So now I'm gonna continue with mostly blue. So I'm gonna use my finger with the blue. And then I'll grab the pink and just do a stitch. So it's all pretty consistent. I don't know how it's supposed to be done or whatever, but my OCD kind of takes over when it comes to techniques. So here's one more, just because I'm on a roll. Okay, so I'm gonna knit 2, and then here's where I lock it. So you start the stitch, you insert your needle, and then you're gonna grab the yarn you're not using and keep it. It will not lock if you bring that up above that. It has to be under your working yarn. So under your working yarn, you just lay it over the needle there. It's in between. See, I just laid it in between my needles. And then I just hold on to it with a finger. And then you knit the stitch. And then after you slide it off, it's now over the top of my pink. I don't like that. It shows on the other side. If I were to grab the pink and go over the top of that, no, don't do it. So I pull it out of the way, and then as you can see, it's locked it in my stitch right there. So it's locked in, and then now to untwist this, I'm gonna, oh wait, hold on. Let me do my 2 more stitches. Okay, so there I am, my 5 pink are there. So I'm gonna lay that down. I'm gonna have my blue go over the pink now to untwist my strands. So I never have my strands twisted by doing it this way. And I just am very, very particular, I like to say. So they're untwisted now. And then I'm just gonna keep going. So anyway, that's that. It's another beanie day. But I'm almost done with my cowl. So that's what I got. That's how I do it. I would love for you guys to tell me how you do it if you do it a different way. But I know I'll probably never change it because this works great. So I just keep them where I want them, and it's almost done. Look how tall. I'm so excited to wear this, you guys. Can you just, oh my gosh, I gotta go. What time is it? Yeah. So, got to pick up kids shortly. You guys have a good weekend, and of course, I'm going to have to post pictures when I finish this. So, see ya. And thank you for the sweater, love. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all of the sweater love. You guys are awesome. Thanks.